What is quantum jumping? Let's understand that today. Quantum jumping, just as it sounds, is a big leap of faith. It's like you're on the edge of something and now you're ready to jump and take the leap of faith and move on the other side of things. You're ready to let go of the past. You're not looking behind, you're just looking forward, and you know what is on the other side is going to take care of you, is going to support you, is going to be safe, and you are going to reach on the other side. Quantum jumping is just that. You are shifting to another timeline, a timeline which is for your highest and your best good, a timeline where you are a more high vibrational version of yourself. So quantum jump is just an accelerated growth, an accelerated success towards your highest and best good, aligning to that timeline where you're growing with ease, you're growing a lot, and you're opening up to new. So how do we take this quantum jump? In order for you to take the quantum jump, you have to first unearth a lot of the things that have been hiding. This involves a lot of shadow work because these are the things that you're hiding and denying about yourself, which are blocking you from really moving forward at a faster rate. Now, if you're not truly ready, it would almost be like, if you've seen people who have success too early and then they're not able to handle that. I'm sure you don't want to be in that space, right? In case you don't want to be in that space, then you have to first clear a lot of stuff that has been really holding you back. It's like those blockers that are there that when you take one step forward, they just pull you back. Or you're taking two steps forward and someone is pulling you back one step. To be able to really understand what is pulling you back, you have to dive deep, right? You really need to understand what is it? What is it that is bringing me back? Often there is certain karmic lesson that is involved for you to learn, which means that you have to look at really learning your current lesson which this situation is offering to you. The first step to quantum jumping is learning that lesson, learning why are you coming in your own way, or who is coming in your own way, and what do you have to learn from that space and that situation. What is that growth blocker? What are some truths that you're not facing about your lack of growth? And as you're able to learn that, unearth that, do some shadow work around it, do some clearing around it, you are ready to take the quantum jump. And to take the quantum jump now, all you have to do is activate the higher timeline, activate the frequency of this new timeline that you want to jump into. But what is the highest timeline? Let's understand first. The highest timeline is a timeline that is available to you where you are, based on your current situation, you are your highest and the best version of yourself in that timeline. Based on your current circumstances, what is currently manifest, based on that, with the variable that you shift your own frequency. Let's say there are certain situations that are surrounding you right now. In these circumstances, you are engaging with the outside world with a particular frequency. Now, your highest timeline that is offered to you is a space of your highest vibration that you can reach right now with ease and grace. As you start to elevate your frequency, your vibration, you start to then engage with your situations differently, and so your situations and your circumstances, they start shifting. So your highest timeline is where you raise your frequency to the capacity that you can at this moment in time with ease and least resistance. And the moment you do that, the situations around you start to change. Now, this is a timeline that is available to you always. You always have a choice to elevate your frequency and shift the situations around you. Now, in order for you to align to this highest timeline, all you got to do is, like I said, elevate your frequency and match it to the highest timeline that you want to invite and match in your life. How do you elevate your frequency? Firstly, you got to know the frequency of your highest timeline very well. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Now, what I really do to tune into the frequency of the highest timeline is practice certain embodiment practices where I see how each aspect of me, my feminine, my masculine, my inner child, how they are feeling in this highest timeline. How are they feeling? How are they showing up? How are they being loved? How are they being seen? How are they being heard? I meet them in my meditation and I feel everything that they are feeling. And from that space, I am in alignment with the energy frequency that this highest timeline is offering me. The moment I start to move into that deep alignment with the energy, with that frequency, and I start embodying that, is when I start to elevate my vibration, my frequency, and jump into that timeline. And then shifts begin and the timeline becomes active. So I am jumping, I am moving to a new timeline, elevating my frequency, and there are so many parts where I'm already there enjoying this new timeline. And with me, I am taking a few more people for this quantum jump. The Council of Light, the light beings that I work with, that a channel of unconditional love, have been coming strongly hinting this is the prime time for the quantum jump, and they have prepared me so much for this space, this time, for us to move into a new timeline where we've cleared a lot of our past karmas and we're enjoying and creating a whole new reality, a whole new timeline. I am going. Are you coming with me? Because I am offering this activation to limited people who are ready to do this jump with me, take this jump with me. And the first 4 people who join in will receive a very special, a very potent crystal wand. Now, I have been working with these crystal wands, and trust me, I am blown away by their potencies. The moment I hold them, it's like some other frequencies, some electrical impulses flow through, very heavily encoded with high vibrational frequencies and downloads. Receiving them and attuning it to them itself is an activation. So the first 4 who are going to receive it, they are also going to receive an attunement from me. And then of course we have 1 hour of clearing session, which will be deeply intuitively guided channeled clearing session, in which we're going to clear a lot of the debris, a lot of the karmic blocks, and a lot of the things that have been holding you back, your growth blockers, in a 1 hour potent clearing session that will happen on the call. And the second one is the activation session, wherein we will bring in the quantum leap activation for you to embody the frequency of the higher timeline. At the same time, the Council of Light is working with us to bring to us the necessary psychic downloads as well as activation mechanisms that are needed for us to then align, not only align, but also begin to live from that timeline, the highest timeline, from the space where we've already taken the quantum leap. So there will be a 1 week gap between the clearing and the activation. There will be a lot of future downloads also coming in as to what this timeline looks like, how it feels like. A lot of the downloads about the future possibility of your potential, and that is where actually my core, my gift really lies. When I work with people, we really are able to dive deep, really are able to see them in their highest potential and see what they are doing and how they are feeling. And it is definitely not just a possibility, but this is what they're meant to create in this lifetime. But because of the karmic cycles where they continue to suffer or stay unconscious, they're not able to reach that space. So a lot of the time goes into deep, dense suffering. Once they witness their potential, they are able to attune to that frequency, things automatically start moving in that direction. So I have a lot of light workers who are currently serving their purpose, inviting abundance in their life, getting so clear about what they're meant to do, what they're here to do in this lifetime, and are inviting better relationships, healthier relationships, abundance in all forms, I would say, and are living a much more happier and fulfilled life. That is what I want to co-create with you through this quantum leap activation. It's an activation that I'm offering after a very long time. So I'm really excited to see what the Council of Light brings through us for all of us. as we take this quantum jump. Are you ready? I am ready to jump.